Gustav Mahler was born in a small village in Austria in 1860. He grew up in a family that loved music. His father was a very strict man, and Gustav had to work hard from a young age. He was a good student, but he always loved music the most. At the age of 15, he moved to the city to study at the Vienna Conservatory. This was a big change for him, and it was not easy. But Gustav was very talented, and he soon became one of the best students at the conservatory. During his time at the conservatory, Gustav learned how to play the piano and the violin. He also learned how to compose music. He worked very hard and spent many hours practicing. After finishing his studies, Gustav started to look for a job. He first worked as a conductor in small towns in Austria. Being a conductor means that you lead a group of musicians. This was very difficult work, but Gustav was determined to become better. One of his first big jobs was as a conductor at the opera house in Budapest. He became known for his great talent and hard work. He was a very strict conductor, but the musicians liked him because he helped them become better at playing. He worked long hours and always tried to make the music sound as perfect as possible. In Budapest, Gustav started to compose more music, including symphonies. A symphony is a very large piece of music with many parts. It is often played by an orchestra, which is a group of musicians who play different instruments. Gustav's symphonies were different from many others at the time. They had many different moods and feelings, often moving from sadness to happiness and back again. His music was very emotional and powerful. After working in Budapest, Gustav moved to Vienna. This was an important step in his career. In Vienna, he became the conductor at the famous Vienna Court Opera. This was a big job, and many people respected him. But working at the opera house was not easy. There were many challenges, and Gustav had to deal with a lot of pressure. However, he did not give up. He worked even harder and continued to write more music. During his time in Vienna, Gustav became known for composing symphonies that were very different from what people were used to hearing. His music was very emotional and powerful. It had many different feelings, from joy to sadness. Some people did not understand his music and said that it was too complicated. But others loved it and thought it was beautiful. Gustav believed that music should tell a story and express deep emotions. His music was a way for him to speak about the human experience. One of Gustav's most famous works is his Symphony No. 5. This symphony is one of the most famous pieces of classical music in the world. It is full of different feelings, from sadness to hope. The famous Adagietto movement, which is a slow and beautiful piece of music, is often performed on its own. Many people know it even if they do not know the rest of the symphony. The music in Symphony No. 5 is full of strength and tension, making it one of the most dramatic pieces of classical music. It has been played in concert halls all over the world, and it is a favorite among many listeners. Gustav Mahler also composed many other important works, including Symphony No. 1, known as the Titan, Symphony No. 2, called the Resurrection, and Symphony No. 9. His music was loved by many, but it was also very difficult to play. The orchestras had to work hard to play his music, and it took a lot of time to practice. Despite this, many musicians loved working with Gustav because he was a very passionate and dedicated conductor. He wanted his music to be perfect, and he expected the musicians to put all their effort into it. His Symphony No. 2, The Resurrection, is another famous piece of work. It is a huge, powerful symphony that deals with themes of life, death, and rebirth. The symphony has 4 movements, each one taking the listener through different emotional stages. The last movement is a grand and beautiful moment, where the orchestra and choir come together to create a sense of hope and renewal. Many people believe that this symphony is one of Gustav's greatest achievements. Despite his success as a conductor and composer, Gustav Mahler faced many challenges in his life. He often had to deal with the pressure of his work, and many critics did not always understand his music. His symphonies were considered difficult to understand, and some people thought his music was too complex. But Gustav was not afraid to push the boundaries of music. He believed in his own vision and continued to create music that was deeply personal to him. Gustav's music is still very important today. Many people listen to his symphonies and other works because they express deep emotions and tell beautiful stories. His music is often played in concert halls all around the world. Even though Gustav Mahler passed away in 1911, his music continues to inspire musicians and music lovers. He is considered one of the greatest composers of all time. His works continue to be studied and performed, and his influence on classical music is still felt today. In his lifetime, Gustav Mahler did not always get the recognition he deserved. Many people did not understand his music, and he faced many challenges in his career. However, he never stopped composing or conducting. He was always focused on his music and worked hard to create beautiful and powerful pieces. His dedication to his art has made him an important figure in the world of classical music. Many composers and musicians admire his ability to combine deep emotion with complex musical techniques. Gustav Mahler's music is full of life and emotion. It has many layers, and every time you listen to it, you can discover something new. His symphonies are like a journey, taking the listener through different moods and feelings. Sometimes his music is very quiet and peaceful, and other times it is loud and dramatic. But no matter what, it always tells a story. His music makes people think about the important things in life, such as love, pain, and the joy of living. Today, people all around the world continue to enjoy his music. Conductors and musicians study his works carefully to understand the best way to perform them. Many famous orchestras perform his symphonies, and his music is still very popular. Gustav Mahler's influence on classical music is enormous, and he is remembered as one of the greatest composers in history. His symphonies continue to be a favorite for many, and his legacy as a great conductor and composer remains strong. Even though Gustav Mahler's life was not easy, and he faced many challenges, he became one of the most important figures in the world of classical music. His music continues to inspire people today. When you listen to his symphonies, you can hear his passion, his dedication, and his love for music. And that is why Gustav Mahler's music will live on for many years to come. His symphonies are timeless, and they continue to move people with their beauty and emotional depth. Gustav Mahler's music will always be a part of the world's greatest musical traditions.